Hello, beautiful souls. It's Anna T. Brooks here, your soul purpose activator. Hello, and welcome to this week's weekly Oracle card energy reading for the week 27th of May to the 2nd of June 2024. I cannot believe we are finally almost into June. We are into June this week. This first half of the year is flying by. And I'm really excited to see what the energy is for this week as we're moving forward. I feel like things are not slowing down, but at the same time, I'm feeling very balanced. So it's an interesting sort of energy that I'm feeling going into this week. So very curious to see what the cards have in store for us. So as always, please do say hello if you're jumping on. If you're watching the live recording on Facebook, say hello, or the replay as well. Or if you're watching this once it's uploaded on YouTube as well, please do say hello, hit like, hit subscribe, all the fun things. And without further ado, let's get into this week's weekly Oracle card reading. So as always, we have our Work Your Light Oracle card deck. So this is the deck by Rebecca Campbell that I'm going to be using for the 3-card Oracle spread that we'll be using. And then today I've decided to do a special bonus as well of a pick a card at the end. So there's going to be 2 cards that you get to choose from. And I'm bringing out my Work Your Light Work Your Light. I just said Work Your Light. This is the secret language of light. So it's all about light this week. I think there must be something going on with that. So this is all about light, and I'm going to be bringing this one out at the end where I'm going to be pulling 2 cards that you get to choose 1 or 2, which one feels more resonant for you, and that's going to have a little bit of an extra message for you this week. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'd also love to hear from you as I'm going through the reading, how this is fitting with you, if it's making sense, if you're already getting a sense of these energies. I always love to hear how this is resonating for you. So let's get started. Work Your Light Oracle card deck with Rebecca Campbell. I've already pre-shuffled all the cards tuned in before, so I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle now to see what 3 cards come out. Well, mind, body, and soul is the 3 cards that we pull for this. So first one for mind this week. Let's see. Oh, that one really wanted to fly out. There we go. All right. Second one, body. Let's shuffle for that one. Body. Let's see what wants to come through. Whoop, there we go. Okay, that one flew out. And soul. Let's see what card is going to come through for the last card this week. Whoop, there it is. Okay. Oh, no, 2 came out. Okay, no, so we're not ready yet. It's still not sure. Let's keep shuffling and see what 1 card wants to come out for soul. There it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so mind, body, soul. So this is the 3 kind of breakdowns here. The mind is more about the conscious energies this week, the things you're going to be thinking about, things you're going to be aware of, that your mind and your mental awareness is going to be with. The body is more of the physical, tangible, maybe situations, things that are going to happen in the 3D, in the real world for you this week. And then the soul is more of that underlying energy. This is stuff that's building on underneath, maybe a little bit subconscious, a little bit unconscious. You might not always be aware of this kind of going on, but having this heads up, obviously listening to these every week, you're going to be able to pick up on this a lot more than other people might. So let's see what we have. So the mind card, first one this week. Ooh, transformation. Okay, we have transformation. And underneath there it says, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. Okay, so this is what I meant, I think, when I said that I feel like things are moving forward quite quickly this week, but at the same time, they feel very grounded, and that's kind of what's coming through here. So this week, you're going to be very aware at your mindset level that things are transforming, things are changing. You're changing the way maybe that you see things, the way that your perspective is shifting, maybe on situations or relationships or anything going on in your life that you used to see a certain way. You might be starting to see it differently this week. There's a transformation going on. If there's been certain circumstances in your life that have been giving you a bit more difficulty, a bit more that you've been maybe worrying about or stressing about or just having a lot of mental anguish around, there's some sort of healing, some sort of reworking going on this week that's open to you if you lean into it. There's a way to maybe shift perspective about the situation. There's maybe a way to shift how you respond in a particular situation, something within you. Again, this is the mindset card. So this is more about you and your internal world. So this is saying that there is something available to you about at a transformational level this week, but it's going to come from you. It's going to come from within. The second card that we have is for the body. So like I said, this is more the tangible, the physical, action-orientated sort of energy for this week. Okay, and we have align your life. Align your life. So underneath this one, it says, what is not aligned or needs to change? So I can already see there's a bit of a theme going on this week. These two cards, these first two definitely tie in very strongly, right? Because if you're transforming, there's a good chance that you're transforming things to actually make it more in alignment with who you are and with what you're actually wanting. So this is saying that align your life being in that second position this week for the body and for the physical and the action side of things. You are going to be inspired to take those actions this week to really align things in your life, to have a look through what is no longer in alignment. Is it certain relationships, certain acquaintances, a way that I conduct myself, my own patterns, my own habits, my own routines? Is the way, the lifestyle that I'm living no longer in alignment with what I truly want or how I truly desire to show up, right? Is there people that I no longer aligned with my life and the way that I want to move forward? Maybe my job, my career, my business, whatever it happens to be for you, is no longer fulfilling you and is no longer in alignment with who you're becoming. And I'm getting a sense as well, just intuitively between these two cards, because that first one came through as transformation and especially healing, it feels like a part of this is probably going to come from something that you have overcome, something that you have healed, something that you've moved through, maybe a past hurt, a past trauma, a past slight against you from someone else, or maybe a situation that really hurt you, that really affected you for some time. Because there's so much of that going on this week that you're healing from and there's a transformation, there is going to be opportunities for that to then be what the align your life part is about. That there is things that you have healed through, that you have worked through, that you have moved through and processed and gotten to the other side, that now you're like, you know what? I don't resonate with this anymore. I don't resonate with that part of myself that was in that victim, in that hurt, in that wounding, and I was operating from that for a long time. And now that I've moved through this, now that I've healed through this, there's another part of me that I'm going to align to, and this is how I'm going to conduct my life moving forward. These are the shifts I'm going to make, like I said, in the physical, in the tangible, right, for this one, to really align my life. So this is that energy that you're going to be working with this week. And then the third card, so this is for the soul. And so this is, like I said, that sort of more underlying sort of subconscious energy, what's happening behind the scenes. Let's see what we have. Oh, beautiful. We have the Sisterhood of the Rose. Sisterhood of the Rose. Okay, and underneath it says, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So there is a gentleness underneath all of this. Whilst there can be a lot of really intense energy this week with transformation and with aligning your life, with maybe certain things coming and going, you releasing relationships, situations, habits, routines, ways of being, ways of relating, all of these things, and maybe calling in some new ones and setting some new standards, some new boundaries, some new ways of being for yourself. Whilst there's a lot of intensity in that, the underlying energy this week is very much about devotion to self. It's that pure heart energy from within you that says, I am worthy. I'm no longer going to be operating from a place of wounding, from a place of unworthiness, from a place of not feeling good enough, feeling let down, feeling like I was slighted in some way and that it's somehow my fault. There is a lot of releasing of this going on, which you've probably been working on for some time. This isn't just something that happens sort of overnight or even in 1 week, right? This is probably something that you've been working on for quite some time. And this week, because it's all sort of really culminating and really growing and really landing for you, there's this underlying feeling of peace. There's this underlying feeling of, I am really doing what I am called to do. I'm coming back to myself. I'm coming back to my heart, to my truth, to my love. I'm finding that self-love within at a much deeper level. And I feel like because of this card and the placement this week, when you find yourself, as we all do, in situations and in moments where you might be doubting yourself, where you might be a little bit worried, where you might be wanting to fall back into bad habits or bad routines that you're moving out of, it's a good time to remind yourself just to come back to you, come back to your heart, just remind yourself of that self-love. Maybe do a little bit of inner child healing, inner child love, and just speak to your inner child and love on her and show her that affection and that trust, and just bring yourself back to you. Because once you do, you're going to find that transformation energy, right? The first card, as well as aligning your life in the physical, is going to come much easier and much faster and much smoother and much more naturally to you than if you kind of try and push it or force it or ignore yourself, ignore your truth within, right? The more that you can come back and be gentle with yourself, that's what this card is saying, the Sisterhood of the Rose, the more that you can come back to you and just be that gentle, loving place for you to land, the faster everything else is going to shift this week. So that's the energy for this week. This seems, like I said, very exciting. I feel like things are really moving forward quite quickly. However, it's very grounded and it's very much about holding that power within yourself and reminding yourself of how much power you actually hold this week. So that's really exciting. I'd love to hear how that lands for you, if you're already picking up on those energies or if you know how that's likely to be showing up for you as well. Oh, awesome, Stacey. I'm glad that you love it. Yay. All right, so let's do the bonus for this week, which, like I said, is going to be from the Secret Language of Light, all about light this week, which makes sense because I got my hair redone, so I'm all extra blonde. There's so much lightness going on. Let's play with it. Why not? So I've got this deck. Again, I have shuffled this one already previously, and I'm going to be pulling 2 cards from this one. So you're going to get a choice to tune in and feel into, is card 1 or card 2 more pulling towards you, and it's going to be an extra message for this week. So I'm going to shuffle through, and nope, that's everything's flipping around. That's not it. All right, let me keep shuffling until one first card comes out. Whoop, there it goes. Okay, and I'll shuffle for card 2. Whoop, there it goes. That one wanted to fly out. Okay, so without showing them to you, I'm going to hold them up so you can just feel into it for those of you that don't, just want to kind of intuitively see the card. So this is card number 1. Okay. And this is card number 2. Okay, so they're the 2 cards. Take a moment, feel in, however sounds good for you, whether it's the number that calls to you, whether it's the card that you just got a gut feeling, whatever it happens to be, this is the extra message for you. So card number 1, if you chose card number 1, is Inner Voice. I wish we could see these pictures really properly, but I know that my ring light will always make it a little bit harder to see. These images are the most beautiful things ever, truly. But for this one, I actually wanted to read a little bit from the guidebook because they're just so beautifully written. So the message here for Inner Voice for you: tune in to your inner compass. Persistent words and feelings that represent your greatest desires are dropping into your mind. Instead of putting life off until you do or be something in the future, bring your desires into the present. Anytime we feel like we have gone off track, we have traveled a different road to our soul, and everything becomes a signpost to return us to our center, where we can tune into our wise transmissions. Just as the voice on a GPS navigator tells you which way to go, your soul wisdom is always leading you towards your destination. Neither will scold you or become impatient if you take the wrong route. They will just adjust, find an alternate route, and give you new directions. You can't get it wrong. Listen to recurring words and ideas, pay attention to how they feel, and drive forward with the ones that make your face and heart smile. So if you picked that card, I feel like that's just like another layer of the actual reading for the energies this week. I think it's just going to be even more amplified for you because, again, this is just telling you more and more, step into you and really align, right? Really allow that transformation to come through. If you picked card number 2, let's see what we have for you. Okay, we have healing. Let's see if I can get a bit more of that card there. It's such a beautiful deck. I really wish that my camera was better, well, a Facebook camera. Okay, and I'll have a read of this one. So healing is this one. Be illuminated by love and truth. Right now, healing is taking place to support your understanding of the gifts in your experiences. Weird or difficult circumstances can often be a fast-track path to your desires. Until we recognize subtle imbalances, the best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have our buttons pushed. Buttons are created by continued attention to unbalanced thoughts, ideas, or beliefs. Every time we are reminded of or talk about a hurt It pushes a button and reopens a wound that we are yet to heal. Wounds are created by mental, spiritual, or physical trauma. Poking at them will prolong the healing process. Leave them alone so balance can be restored and wholeness can return. Inspired action for healing may include seeing a therapist, consulting a medical professional, or spending time in the ocean. Focusing on what you love is also healing. All is perfect in every moment, even if we can't see it at the time. I feel like this one again is just a deeper level of the energies this week. It's so interesting. It's kind of, to me, it feels like if you picked one or two, there's a bit more of a focus on one or the other. The first one is more about making sure to remind you to really tune into yourself, to listen to yourself, whereas the second card has that little bit more vibe of the healing part, of the transformation part, of really understanding what it is that you're moving through, what it is that you're releasing, what it is that you've been working on healing. But either way, it's interesting that both of these cards are so intertwined with the actual energetic reading for this week. I feel like everything is quite cohesive, and there's a lot of power and a lot of potential this week for really moving through a lot, for processing a lot, for a lot of internal work as well as external circumstances changing, if you really lean into it. So yes, that's that's the reading for this week. I'd love to hear your feedback, how this sounds, if you're already kind of feeling this, which card you picked at the end as well. I'm very nosy like that. I do love to know. But yes, if you have any feedback as well, always please feel free to pop it in. I always appreciate love hearts and likes and subscribes, and everything is always fun. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'll pop my YouTube channel down in the comments so you can go ahead and subscribe and get notifications of this every single week, as well as other videos that go up. So thank you so much for tuning in this week, and have a beautiful, beautiful transformational week. And I'll see you next time. Mwah.